Hi, Chad.
Hello.
All right, so we're going to be talking about autism.
Yes.
I know you have a son
Mm-hmm.
that is autistic,
Yeah.
and he's a bit older now. So I would like for you to give me a preview of what it was like.
Um, through his younger years,
Yes.
well, the first time we discovered that something was wrong is after he took a vaccine injection when he was about to turn 2 years old, which is the MMR, the
Right.
mumps, measles, rubella. Prior to that, my son used to do everything natural and do everything ahead of time. Cause you have a thing whereby when you're growing up as a toddler, well, not a toddler, as an infant, them have different stages with them right off. So 3 months you must supposed to do this, 6 months he was doing everything ahead of time,
Right.
including talking. And after him get the vaccine, the MMR, mumps, measles, rubella 3-in-1, he had a fever of 106 the night. And after the fever, the next morning, I woke up to a different child entirely. Me I say, I know a lot of doctors will so-called dispute that it's the MMR, but I am living testimony with my child that it was that. After that fever, after him get the MMR, and the pediatrician at the time did tell me he was going to get a fever
Right.
in the night. And when him get the fever, it was downhill. Me I say, so um, since then, because he is going to be 20 October. So, when that happened, I was basically lost in terms of what to do because being artistic now,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't something that I was familiar with.
Right.
Me I say, because it wasn't as common and as prevalent as it is now. Me I say, now the ratio is 1 in 36, every 36 is autistic after the injection. So um, it is to a point in which JFK, John F. Kennedy Jr., he is now responsible for the health sector in America, and he's saying he's going to get rid of those injections that are causing children to become autistic.
Yeah, I was speaking to a gentleman. I think it was this morning, and he was telling me the same thing, that his child was okay up until that point where the child got the MMR injection, and
Hmm.
he was walking me through how difficult it has been to, and he lives in the States.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you got this diagnosis. So, can you tell me, how did you start to process everything after that?
Well, after me getting um, after me getting the diagnosis, I had to firstly I had to get an assessment. Yeah, had to get
Right.
an assessment from Dr. Sam Vance. She's now the head of the department up by the university.
Right.
And after getting that assessment from Dr. Sam Vance, I had to basically learn how to be a parent of an autistic child. Now my son has gone through several different stages. Him go through a stage whereby him mash up 3 different set of furniture in the house.
Mm-hmm.
He has gone through the anger stage till now he's calm 95 or 96% of the time. You know, he's gone through where he wasn't doing eye contact,
Right.
and now he is doing eye contact. He's very independent and do basically everything for himself, but I will still assist him with certain things
Mm-hmm.
because he might not do certain things fully 100 to my liking basically.
Right.
Like if me tell him say, "Yo, Chaddy, go brush your teeth and rare," um, he'll be brushing his teeth, but he might not brush it to the full extent when I say, all right, he might get a good brush, but it's just, it's just certain things now we have to assist him with, but he's very independent
Right.
at this stage.
All right. So we know that schooling in itself in Jamaica can be expensive.
Yeah.
So walk us a little bit through dealing with an autistic child in school and getting counseling. How was that?
Well, I was very lucky when he was younger to have been introduced to a school called Macam. Macam is a school up by Papine,
Right.
right? At the time, Mrs. Campbell was the principal of Macam, and I can tell you, my son has been through several schools, and Macam is definitely the best school he has attended to date. You understand? He used to do behavior therapists,
Right.
speech therapists, and just therapists in general to help him to do things like where we would have basically just take for granted and do normally.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to get some help in certain departments, and it's just step by step.
Right.
Like you build a house, you have to dig out the
You have to take it
foundation.
in stages.
Yeah, and then you have to lay down some cement and some steel and them things there. So it's just stages
Right.
in the thing, Yeah.
So, all right, is that school still active to this day? Do you
Yes,
know?
Macam, not to me, because when you reach a certain age, when you reach like 11, 12,
Right.
you have to go to a different school.
Well, we would want to know because, as you know, there's a lot of parents out there with the challenges of dealing with autistic children, and some of them they don't take it as well as you. Also, being a male, that is applaudable because a lot of males they tend not to be there. It's most time it's the mom that is hands-on, and I noticed that you're very hands-on with your son. So, what advice would you give to dads out there that are in the same situation?
I would say to other fathers, you have to basic now is the time to show what kind of character you have as a human being, because it is an uphill battle, and it is something that you have to prepare yourself mentally, financially, and you have to basically train yourself into becoming somebody who has more patience. You have to compromise with a lot of things.
Right.
You know me I say? You have to it's a thing where just you have to reset your whole mind settings.
Right.
And like me, me put it in my head, say, as long as Chaddy is alive, and my handbag.
Right.
You know what I say? So me don't put certain things in my head and know say I saw it go, and that way I deal with it. You see me?
So, Chad, we know you're an entertainer, and that's a busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, how did you get a balance between taking care of an autistic child and then also being able to be an entertainer, being on the road all the time?
Well, from my son born, I have had to hire helpers, and so that them can help monitor him. But what I've done is make sure so the house have cameras so I can monitor the person who is monitoring him.
Right.
You understand? And so it has been a very costly journey, extremely costly journey, because when you have to pay a helper every week, every 2 weeks, and them things, and it's a constant thing. Me I say at one stage I had to be paying a shadow teacher to be there with him while he's going to school, and that has nothing to do with the speech therapist money, the behavior therapist money, that have nothing to do with the school money and them things there, and the school them expensive. Me I say? So All I can say, you see, you have to set your mind in a thing, say, you're all in and you have to do what you need to do in order to get out the best possible result and to make sure your child doesn't feel neglected,
Right.
doesn't feel as if he or she is less loved. You know, me I say you have to just balance the scale because I have other children that are okay. You know, me I say.
Mm-hmm.
So me just make sure say Chaddy feels very loved and know that he is in a safe space.
All right. So, what about those persons that are not as financially stable? Because that is also a big aspect of it.
It is. You know them other sayings that God will provide.
Right.
Most of the time, enough people don't know how them survive, but God carry them through day by day. Them basket might low down, but the Father have a way for provide and put things in place that things just work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know me I say because listen, your son you do good, the Father have a way for us make things gel together and come together so that it can work out in its best interest.
Right.
You get me I say? But for the persons who are facing financial problems in them life now and them have the autistic children, they should not despair. As a parent, me can tell you, say you're going to get frustrated
Mm-hmm.
because it comes whether or not your child is autistic or not, they're going to become frustrated as a parent, but you have to put on some extra patience.
Right.
You know me, I say put on some extra patience. And here it is good when you're in a situation in which um you have a group, a support group where you can worse if you're a young parent because when autism strike, you know, it will hold your world and shake up your world and send your world in a topsy turvy and you know me I say.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a good support group, whether family or you have like we have a farmer group now, we already start formulate a group with different persons who deal with children with challenges. You get what I say?
Right.
And this is something where I'm passionate about, and I'm going to put my best foot forward into trying to get a group put together solid, and then we have to go try get a place whereby we can actually cater to helping people genuinely. Not say we are help people, but help people genuinely so that parents who are financially stable, them can come there and them child can get the help there what they
Right.
need.
The necessary help.
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually said that because I reached out to a couple organizations that I see out there listed,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to even get an interview to find out what they offer
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much parents out there that's in need.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they don't even want to come to the forefront to speak to you.
Because they not really mean the people them no good. And then not really mean people no good. That's why I told you prior to we doing the interview that I'm not really interested that much in joining anybody's um, society that they have now,
Right.
because me as a parent, I have not seen where those societies has done anything to aid. Most people are coming at this thing, them are coming at it for profit.
Right.
You get what I say? Yes, you can set the thing so that some money can make, because remember, you know, you can't go to JPS and tell them say I owe you. You can't go to water commission, you can't go to the teacher them and them things. You get what I say? You can't go to you can't go to them people and say boy, you owe them. So things have to put in place, and then this is where the government and some private sector company need to step up to the plate.
But I was speaking to the gentleman this morning. You know what he said to me? he said he thinks that more can be done, but because it's a money-making thing, he doesn't think the effort is put into it. So I'm going to ask you now, seeing that you went through it and you had to stand everything financially, what is your take on the government and what they offer towards autism? Because it's basically next to nothing.
I have never gotten anything from the government, whether this government that is in now or the previous government. What I think the government doesn't know the severity of how autism is affecting the people that reside here in Jamaica.
Right.
I don't think them understand how impactful this thing is in the society, or else they would have done something. There's a Jamaica autism society where them thing the only thing we see them people do in a reality is put on blue band by your hand and say we're celebrating autism week or autism month. What does that do to anybody? What does that do to anybody?
So how do you think we need to go about this now to get the government's attention and to get some kind of assistance towards helping the parents and the children who are affected by autism?
Well, first, you see, we as a race, we have to unite and put our best foot forward together as a united front. That means, listen, if we can get a group going with 500, 1,000, 2,000 persons, and we come together and pool our resources, seeing, so we know, say, here one, a speech therapist charge this per session, or them charge that per session, a behavior therapist charge this or charge that per session. We come together, group up, and know, say, listen, we're going to rent a space,
Right.
we're going to pay for the speech therapist for the month, we're going to pay for the behavior therapist, and the difference is now, I don't think it could be a thing whereby we pay hourly, like what them normally charge, or 45 minutes.
Because that's expensive.
Because that is super expensive. So get it, suppose it's a case in which we have to import speech and behavior therapists and them know, say, listen, this is where they work. So them have a salary where them are deal with every month and them things so that we can get the thing, get the real professionals, because a lot of people who are dealing with autistic children, them really don't know nothing about it.
That is true.
You get what I say? They really don't know anything.
What though if the parents could come together and actually sign a petition as a group and pass it on to the government? You think that might help for them to for them to get some light on what's happening, how difficult it is for parents? Because you have parents out there that I've heard and other persons I've heard said they feel like unaliving their kids because it is too stressful, and persons are saying they have handicapped kids. So that's to the level where it is now. So we actually need some kind of assistance, attention from the government.
All right, so hear this now. In order for the government pay the right attention, we have to blow it up right as up on the media. We have to blow it up right now on the media. Like, all right, I'm doing this interview with you for your channel. I'm going live on my TikTok. We have to spread the awareness through the media.
Right.
When the media go there and reach and touch the right persons, when the big stations in the world say, listen, this is happening, that is happening, the government will pay attention. So we have to unite, start where we are though, and make enough noise so that it reaches out and becomes impactful. We can't just say, boy, this now go on and that now go on and the government now do this. We first, especially the parents of autistic children.
But a lot of parents are scared. Like when you talk to a lot of them, they're even scared to talk about it or even to come out, because some of them, they're in debt, because a lot of them are single mothers. And they're the ones that's footing the bill. So a lot of them are scared as well. It's just now, like we're talking about it, as you say, and then you being an entertainer, public figure, speaking out, a lot of parents are even happy for that opportunity that you're speaking up.
First and foremost, anybody watching this, whether on your channel,
A fresh voice.
a fresh voice, or on the TikTok. Firstly, as a parent of an autistic child, stop being ashamed of your child. That are the first thing. Stop being ashamed of your child. What you need to do is embrace where you're at in order to go where you want to reach. So, start making your voices be heard. Because remember, this social media is the most powerful medium right now.
Exactly.
If we get 300 people, 400 people, 500 people on the live, if everybody at Andrew Olness, we are in dire need of help for autistic children. Everybody who is on this live right now, at Andrew Olness, we are in dire need of help for our autistic children. If every day them getting 500, 1,200 people are at them, them have to take notice.
Right.
Them have to take notice. So, you need to use the power we wanna have in order to get what you want.
Yeah, because I think social media, we're using social media for the wrong things. So much people using social media for the wrong things.
Most people come on TikTok. They might come to tell people about their mother and about this and about that. They're not using the medium for the right thing. Parents gonna need to get bold with anything. My son is going to be 20 in October, and people, they can tell you this. If you wanna check my Instagram page, my son a post on my page from him from Instagram just come out. They are post him.
There's another thing that I noticed too. You were cutting his nails the other day.
Yeah.
And that is so admirable to know that he's still at that age and how dedicated you are.
Yeah, man, until Father God say time to go home, man. And me and him, man. Let me tell the rest of my children, I say, listen, because of his challenges, I might handbag this.
Right.
You know me, I say, so as long as Father God decides, say, yo, if I go have him on earth, I am going to be there alongside and doing the right thing. You get me? Yeah, man.
So I guess other parents out there need to emulate and take a page from your book and realize, as you say, stop being afraid and being ashamed. It's your child. You have to love your child no matter what.
Yep.
And you have to put in that best effort for your child.
Definitely.
Also, April is being recognized as Autism Month, and Dr. Allen, which she is starting the Jamaica Autistic Academy. There's going to be a march on the 6th of April. So those who have autistic children can come out and support the march. It's actually to get your voices heard, to see if there can be some kind of assistance, there can be some kind of help to push the call forward, because there's a void and the void needs to be filled. Chad, thank you so much for talking to me, and continue being the great dad that you are. And I'm looking forward to doing more with you and talking more about autism and pushing and for the cause.
Thank you so much. And it was my pleasure. And as I said before, parents, it's time to step up to the plate. Time to get rid of the shyness or the hiding of the children and thing, and step up to the forefront and ball out. Ball out. Tag the government. Tag them every single time.
Remember that you were the one that voted for them.
Exactly.
We, the people, have the say. It's just that we're not exercising our rights.
Exactly. You get me? And whether, I'll listen, we not do politics, you know. So whichever government is in power, whichever government is in power, one thing me I vote for, and me I vote for good liberty for we pick me them, and good liberty for the people of this country, Jamaica. Jamaica is a great place.